Greetings, greetings, greetings. Welcome to another in the series, True Friend. My name is Reeve Namani, and I'm here with my good brethren, Pete Wilterson. Welcome. And of course, please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, I'm Peter Wilson, aka Pete Wilterson, member of the JBSB organizing committee, a member of Raven Driven Band, organizing planning and personnel.
All right, yeah, that work. All right, so today on the True Friend series, we want to get into the lyrics of the song. The song been out for a couple weeks now, and so far I think persons are relating to the lyrics, vibing with the song, and since the lyric video is coming up, I think it would be a good idea for me to give a little bit of depth, a little deep dive into the lyrics and how it applies to us. Right. Since I've said before that the song was kind of like a download. The lyrics was kind of like a download. I was sitting in the Bob Marley One Love movie, and shortly after the movie got started, the vibe started floating in, coming to me, and I took it from there. So, Mr. Wilson, you listen to the song yet?
Yes, I have. It may be selfish not to.
All right. And I hope you have listened to the song. So if you haven't, you can pause the video right here, go take a listen, and forward back. But
and if there are new listeners, you can tell them the name of it so that they can search for it.
Yes. The song is True Friend by Raven Man. And of course, if I always say for this song, I think those of us of a certain age would be better able to relate, because true friend is something you figure out. Who is a true friend? It's something you figure out over time. And maybe time over, time testing. Now, the chorus goes, if you are a true friend, true to the end friend, no make believe, no pretend, time will tell on you, time will tell on you. That's the chorus, right? And I think that was the first part of the song that came to me, if my memory serves me well. That was the first part of it. The melody came and the song came. Now for me as a creative,
while you're watching the Bob Marley movie?
Right. And tell you, when the idea started to come to me, I lose track of the movie. I couldn't no longer really pay attention to the movie. I was on my phone putting down the idea because it felt like it was something, I have 1,000,001 thoughts during any given period of time. And something about certain ideas that kind of draw your attention and make you have to stop and say, that feel like something that I need to put down. You understand? So I don't forget it. I can develop it some more, that type of vibe. So when that idea started coming to me in the theater, I immediately felt like it was something that I should pay attention to. So I take out my phone and I start to put on the vibe, right? And the bits and pieces of the movie that I caught, I could sense that there was a common theme, a common thread through the movie, that Rita was a solid, true friend to Bob.
But she wasn't just a partner, she was a friend as well.
She was a true friend. She was a true friend. Right? And I don't know if you watch the movie and if you get that from it, but as I said, I wasn't able to focus really because different lyric, different lines was coming to me, and I felt like I had to pay attention to what was coming to me. So I feel like the chorus is self-explanatory. As I said, it's a thing where it's time-tested, time-proven. Nowadays in a year, like people say, me don't want no friend, me don't have no friend. Friend stab me in my back, friend this, friend that. Was never a friend to begin with, you know? And sometimes we don't do our due diligence. And so we jump into relationships, situations, and label things and label people and have it in a way that is not really so. And then when time don't tell the true nature of what it is revealed. And then you have all the trauma and the drama. But really and truly, I was never a friend to begin with. That's all.
Yeah, I see your point.
See your point. All right. Yeah, so all right, we're going into the verse. Verse 1.
So hold on, before you touch the verse, you say when you were watching the movie, the melody came to you and the chorus. So the verse didn't start in the inspiration for the verse, didn't begin at that time.
The verse didn't start kicking at that time. But the chorus itself kind of told me I would consider myself a concept writer. Right? So once I got the chorus, I was able to tell what direction I should go in for the verses and the song itself and the concept of it. So pretty much after that, then I know everything else would flow from there. Right? And then I remember started humming some melodies, the melodies. And sometimes when you can get the melody, the words will then drop in. Will just fall into place. You have the concept, you have a melody, then the words will fall in. I want to say automatically, but for me, it's kind of like that. Yeah. So, first verse. Your words and your deeds have to be genuine. Not here today, tomorrow, gone with the wind. Do I have your support when I'm winning? And when me down, I notice it the same thing. All right. Your words and your deeds have to be genuine. Not here today, and then tomorrow, gone with the wind. So, for me, what I would say to that is that life is a stage. All of life is a stage. And I feel like how things are structured, how society is set up, is not really conducive so much to us being who we really are, or we truly are. Everywhere you go is like you have to be putting on, I don't want to say an act, but somewhat of an act to fit in. And most time when we meet people, we approach them or we relate to them in a way, it's perception. Or you might be reaching out or speaking to that person based on your perception of them or your idea of who you think they are, and or in other cases, what you want from them. What you want from them. No, so
yes.
So usually, in most cases, when you go and you have a conversation, you are trying to determine if your idea of the person is lining up based on what is more. This is what is happening, right? As I always say, we will say a whole bunch of things, a whole heap of things we are gonna say, what we don't really mean some of the time.
You know, as I said that now, sometimes you ask persons their name and you're just meeting them and you tell them the name exchange take place. And if you ask a minute after what was the name said, no people don't remember. They just say things in the moment.
Yeah, as I said, especially in the music or in the arts. You know, it is very it's almost the norm for you to be putting on an image or putting up a facade of something that you want to present. You know? But who you really are, sometimes all of us are still figuring that out. We don't really know who we really want to be yet, or who we really are.
Or
And
the
so
true self is hidden.
all that too. Or we might be trying to mimic something else or our idea of who we should present ourselves as. And
So
so
the first verse, the line for the first verse, it says again.
your words and your deeds have to be genuine.
Mm-hmm.
Not here today, tomorrow gone with the wind.
Powerful words.
Huh?
Yeah, powerful words. That's what you really distinguish true friend from fake friend.
Yes. And like me say, not even to really like the phrase fake friend, because if somebody is fake, there was never a friend, and it don't make sense. But anyways,
I kind of
yes.
get what you're saying. If you are fake, you can't be genuine.
You know,
But
you
if you have a
cannot.
knockoff version of something, it's just a knockoff.
It's just a knockoff. It's just a knockoff. It's just that they put on such a good act. And because I'm saying, whenever I do a due diligence, it catch me. Right? So now that I am at this age, or I am grown, I really try to have discernment. I try to be patient. And I always tell my sons this too. Be patient. Don't be in a rush. Don't be in a rush. Never find yourself where you have to be in a rush to get anything or to, to interact. Make things simmer, sit down and ventilate, and in due course you will see what it really make it simmer down to gravy. You get what I say?
Mm-hmm.
And you will see what is what. And then you can determine how to proceed from there. But sometimes we in a rush
Yeah,
sometimes.
the statement goes when it does settle, eh?
When
You
it
can
does
see
clear
better.
and everything settled down, you see exactly what you need to see. All right then.
Before you go to
Then
the
the next
next
one.
part, overall, how long it took you to write the song? Overall.
It's a couple weeks. Well, I sent after I got the chorus and the melody. I called up my good brethren Taddy P, and I sent him a voice note with what I had. And in no time he came up with a demo of his idea of the rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
And I was there and I was like, I was getting all kinds of ideas. But then I said, I wanted to co-write. So I was like, there, write the song with me now? No, you write it. All right. This line came and I would have rubbish it and say, no, so I don't want the line. And so and I said it to him. I said, listen, I'm in a time when I'm not rushing my art. I'm not rushing anything. I'm going to take my time with it and make sure that every line I'm putting down is what I really want to say or what I really should say. And that, it have meaning and
So like meat, you allow it to marinate, huh?
Yeah, allow it to marinate. I did that a lot with this song. Yeah. So yeah, it said tomorrow gone with the wind. Do I have you support when I'm winning? And when me down and out, is it the same thing? That's why me and you talk about that. Because a lot of times you might think it is easy for persons to clap for you or to cheer for you when things are great and you're doing well and you're shining and it's a great season of your life. But I come to find that is not so. It's pretty much the opposite, that more people find it easier to sympathize and to, commiserate when things not so 100, when you're down. Is that time more people are comfortable, showing up for you that time. But when you're in your winning season, it's very few people can genuinely clap for you, can genuinely root you on. I want it for you like how they would want it for themselves. What is your experience? What do you feel about that?
I'm looking at it in two different ways. One of which is that you have those, I guess it would have been a true friend that will support you and cheer you on in your victory. And then when you're not at your best, they will come in. But then I'm looking at it in the sense that you have persons who are bad mind. And when they see you are excel and you shine, they want to cut down your shine because they have this bad mindism or they say this crab mentality. So when you're at your low now, they would that will be more resonating with what they want. So they'll come and put on this facade like the care, quote unquote, when truth the whole though is deep down, I'm glad where you're at. So it varies. But you see, for me personally, I try not to rely on outer source to determine my success. I rely on them to cheer me on because you have to reach a stage to be your own cheerleader. That's sometimes.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I saw a quote somewhere where you say you have to know how great you are before or whether anybody said to you yes or no. You have to know that for yourself. But as I said, I feel like a lot of us have traumas to heal from. A lot of us need to do some inner work to really get to a place of, through true empathy. You're able to empathize, you're able to really celebrate other people, even if you are not in a celebrating season yourself. And that is not an easy thing as it would appear. It's not easy. What I was saying is that I can see how persons can be in that space where them get salty and greasy when it seemed like why she a win and why these things are unfair and it now happened to me. And I can truly say that it takes a lot of work to get rid of the spirit of jealousy and the spirit of bad mind. It takes a lot of work.
Well, no, but I'm saying bad mind and jealousy, that never done till God come because
No, it's not done because we're not aware that we need to do the work. Yeah, some of us not aware that we need to do the work. Is work it going to take to be able to be genuinely happy for people. Even when you can't be happy for yourself in the moment, you can be happy for somebody else. And that is really goes to the heart of what a true friend is, that can stand through the test of time, because life full of ups and downs. There is no smooth journey through life. It comes with ups and downs. It comes with twists and turns. It comes with all kind of baggage and scenarios. And you're going to have a time where the person is winning and you are not, and vice versa.
As I said that, I'm remembering the 2019 Miss World, Antonia Singh won, and the young Miss from Nigeria. She was so elated. Did I think she won it?
Yeah, right. And the winner herself was so it's subdued. And we are wondering if she knows that she win. It coming like she never knows that she win. You know, Miss Nigeria was like, you would have swear, say she was the winner. Yeah, that's up there. Yes.
What's the next line?
All right. The next line. When the link's silent, not a call or a message sent, we can be patient, no matter how distant the memories. When we link up again, not just the same energy. Yes, when the link's silent. Because believe me, life have your way. It's not all the time you can be in touch. We can't be in touch all the time. You know, I always say, you know, for me, there was a long period of time where I had to immerse myself into what I had going on with JBSB, and I was also a parent. I'm still a parent, by the way, but I'm just saying my sons were much younger at the time. And I felt like, why? I can't do this. I can't really, I don't see where I can be a great daughter, a great cousin, a great girlfriend, a great sister, a great what else? And whatever else I needed to be. I couldn't do all the things. You know, I couldn't be great at all the things. And I found out then that, listen, you can only be very good or great at about 2 or 3 things at a time, lady. About 2 or 3 things at a time. Some things are going to fall by the wayside. Some things are going to get juke. Are going to get left. Right? And so I had to give myself the grace. I learned how to give myself grace and to identify the persons who can really understand it. Very few people can understand or even understood during the time, right? I mean, now I'm trying to come out of that hermit mode and just lacking mode and tunnel vision mode and all of that, where I can spend more time, more meaningful time around family, and I can possibly entertain other types of friendship and other types of connection and all these things. But before, it was genuinely hard because nobody could understand the type of focus and the type of way I did really have to just lock into what I was doing, right? And we never have the time to just sit down and chat or sit down and we never really want to sit down and gossip.
Responsibility all over the place.
Yeah, I couldn't be here, there, and everywhere, and all the family functions and all the things and checking in and all of that. I did not have the bandwidth, the capacity to do all of that. I mean, have to lock you in, you know, and it's safe to say that's one of the reasons, or that's primarily how we are now at 12 seasons of JBSB, and I can still be recording music and having a band and doing all the things, because me understand, say, listen, what I use mostly, what I call upon mostly is my passion, my spirit, everything that is here. So it's not out there anywhere. It's not in anyone else. It's not in anything else. Everything is within these 2 ears and within my dome and here. So I have to lock in and focus, and that will what will move things and make things happen.
Yeah.
Along with the source, higher power, God, and source. Right? So I am thankful that I understood that pretty earlier. So, but as me say, it's not something we can explain. I could have explained, or persons would just understand like that. So yeah. So when the link silent, it's not necessarily that we're not talking, or is a case where we in malice, or is bad vibes, or whatever. It's just a case where we're locking into something. We want to manifest. We want to have it, move. And it needs that type of focus and energy. So that's the end of the verse. Not a call or a message sent. We can be patient. Yeah, man, we can be patient. And when we link up again, at the same energies, like no time was lost. It's like we're still on the same wavelength. We're still on the same frequency. We have the same vibe. That, to me, is a true friend. Right? You know, who hold it against me, say me never did call you all along. Me didn't come at the funeral, or me didn't come at the graduation, or me never come at the wedding, or whatever it else is. Or whatever else it is.
The space is acknowledged as a part of the friendship process.
Yes.